barbershop conversation, guys. Feel free, hit the subscribe button. Don't forget to join the Patreon. Um, so many things going on in terms of property. If you want hands-on experience, I'm definitely gonna walk you guys through it. Got an eviction, got a vacancy, and I am in the motion of buying an actual property. I just put in my initial offer today, so it's gonna take about maybe 3 to 7 days to actually iron out and sign the papers. But I'll let you know how that goes. I'll do a video on my Patreon tomorrow. It's only $5 a month, and I'm assuming everyone can afford $5 a month. Um, it'll cost you a burger. So, pack of cigarettes. Anyways, man, I want to talk about something. It is official. It is flat out official. Eddie Hearn is the worst promoter in the history of modern day boxing. Like I said, I don't talk about people that I've never seen before or never covered or anything like that. Like, I don't compare Joe Louis to Muhammad Ali. I don't compare Joe Louis to Mike Tyson. I never saw Joe Louis fight live, so I don't have that experience. I don't have that feel. I don't know how he made me feel. I've never sat in front of a brownstone and listened to a radio. I've only read about it and seen it through documentaries and short stories people have told me. So I only want to talk about modern day boxing. He's the worst promoter in the history because he has literally killed himself as it relates to promoting in America. Now, I don't know how successful he is overseas. I've never been to an event overseas, but he is in a world of hurt. And I tell you, he is the luckiest motherfucker on the face of this earth. When I say he is the luckiest motherfucker on the face of this earth, he is. Because if there were 2 more days in April, Anthony Joshua's pay-per-view numbers would be shit. Because we all know the Final Four weekend is always the first weekend in April. Here's how lucky this motherfucker is. It falls April 6th and April 13th, I believe, are the first 2 Saturdays in April. So that Saturday, April 6th, is the Final Four. April 8th is the championship. I'm uncertain if Al Heyman wants to put on a pay-per-view that day. Right? I know there were talks of it may be the same day. It's no way in hell you would have them on the same day. So if you can't have it the same day, my humble opinion is you would wait maybe 2 or 3 weeks or maybe a month after to have your pay-per-view event. But he is the luckiest motherfucker ever. He's lucky. That's a consequence that worked to his favor. Now if PBC is bold enough and they know the market far better than I do, I haven't done no investigative work. I haven't done no numerical analysis or anything like that. So I have no idea what the real numbers are. And I know the Final Four ends. It comes on at 1, and then it comes back on at 3 or 4. So the pay-per-view can actually start at 6. So maybe it's something that you may want to consider. And no, it's not on Fox. Oh my God, it's on CBS. Maybe they can run a pay-per-view because Showtime and CBS is the same as the parent company. So they all coincide together. So they can run pay-per-views. They can have Deontay. Oh my God. I stand corrected, guys. See, that's why it's important to meditate and walk and talk yourself through things in your life. Because when you walk and talk through your things in life and meditate and have silent conversation with yourself, you realize answers. Dude, if Al Heyman is a genius, I would have it on April 6th because you have a 3-week lead-in where there will be about 200 million views, easily 200 million views in terms of the 3-week tournament of the Final Four. Everybody in America, we know how important the Final Four is. I was a guy who spent the week in Vegas the first week just betting. I'm not going to talk about the money, but I would get there Tuesday, do my due diligence, and leave Sunday night. Like, it was that serious to me. In my 20s, in my early 30s, I did that. So, damn. Imagine if they killed the game like that, and you have a card on Fox just to keep PBC alive, and you have Deontay Wilder show up to that fight. You have Deontay Wilder show, if Alabama makes the tournament, you have Deontay Wilder show up to the game. He comes in and sits down, especially if it's a hotly contested game. Maybe they playing Duke, in a less than a 5-point game, Alabama versus Duke. You understand what I'm saying? Somewhere in New York or on the Eastern bracket, it just makes all the sense in the world. And these are just conversations I'm having with myself. They know the true numbers and how to work it. So, but I also want to talk about how it's not in their favor now. Anthony Joshua is not the ace high in America. And for those you say, well, we showed 1.2. I'm gonna do another video on the real numbers on the $74.99, but we'll just call it $75 as it relates to pay-per-views over in the UK. Anthony Joshua is not the ace high. It is a 50-50 split, and the fight has to be in America. Because the reason why it has to be in America is that's where the pay-per-view numbers are. That's where the real money is. And two, I don't think people would trust Eddie Hearn and his business antics, because he hasn't proven his model in America with the the app. And two, we don't know how much money Anthony Joshua is truly making. We know he's not making $20 million a fight now. We can honestly make that assertion now because the numbers don't add up. You understand where I'm coming from? So he has cost Anthony Joshua $100 million, because if they would have fought in December, instant rematch, 6-month press tour, on me doing YouTube videos and writing articles, everyone else doing YouTube videos, memes going crazy. He cost them so much money. It is just insane how much money. Like, Anthony Joshua, you should be kicking yourself because you have no value. As Deontay Wilder said on the Joe Rogan thing, they begging now. And they should be. $12 million. I'm the king. I'm the cash cow. Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder has literally just tore down that wall and obliterated that facetious image of Anthony Joshua. So it's almost enjoyable from the standpoint of people believing in themselves and betting on themselves. That be it Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder. So I think it's a compelling narrative how the other side of the coin is more valuable than the side of the coin that everyone sees. It's just incredible, man. And I'm just sitting back as a spectator and watching Anthony Joshua and Eddie Hearn come down from the hills and realize that there was gold in the valley. There was gold. They sat at the top of the hill in their mansion like, we'll let the motherfuckers just meddle down in the valley and kill themselves and live in misery, live in poverty, and live in shacks and live in tents. And unbeknownst to them, they were mining for gold. They were 49ers. He had no idea there was gold in the valley because just 7 months ago, Deontay Wilder was quote unquote, nobody knew him, and B, Tyson Fury was probably 315, 20 pounds. That is insanely crazy. So he's officially the worst promoter. He cost Anthony Joshua, oh my gosh. You gonna see when they sign the fight. And if they hide the contracts, I will get the true numbers on the contracts. Trust me on that. All right. I can guarantee you I'll get the numbers on the contract if it's not public. And I'll let you know who's the ace high, what percentage they're getting, and I can find all that out. So it's just astounding how man, when you let a man control your career, when you're not in control, I encourage everyone to own your careers, own yourself, own your actions, own your words, own your thoughts. Put your thoughts into fruition, put your thoughts into an action. Because at the end of the day, if you 100% let another man control, at the end of the day, he's really going to believe he owns you. And he's really going to believe your career is his. He's really going to believe you're taking punches for him. I'm going to repeat that. He's literally going to believe you're taking punches for him. That is insane. So Eddie Hearn is officially the worst promoter in the history of modern day boxing. And I just woke up a lot of UK fans. They woke up in the middle of the night. They just got this alert from barbershop conversations like, what this nigga talking about Eddie Hearn? This nigga don't know shit about no Eddie Hearn. This nigga is just a nigga in America. You're right. I've only interviewed Eddie Hearn 3 times, and it was in a scrum. I've never had a one-on-one with him. He knows who I am by now. He actually watches my videos 100%. To what level, I don't know. How many he watches, I don't know. But I'm 100% sure he watches my videos. He's tweeted at me. Thanks to my subscribers, because I don't have Twitter at all. I don't even go on Twitter. So thanks. If you don't put it in my DM, I have no idea what's going on Twitter. So keep on sending me messages on Twitter, team. And I truly appreciate that. But it's just astounding, man. It's literally astounding. Oh, man, he's compromised Anthony Joshua in America. I don't know what he does over there in the UK. Truly don't care. But I know there's some level of scrutiny and there's some level of doubt in Anthony Joshua, in his courage. And you've never want to be doubted or have a lack of courage. I'm not talking about winning. I'm not talking about going out there and winning everything that you set out to accomplish, right? Maybe it's your personal business. Maybe you're an actual fighter. Maybe you're a promoter. Maybe you have a startup business. But when people doubt you, don't believe you can succeed at something, then that doubt creeps up on you and you actually start to believe the doubt. You know, Anthony Joshua may be believing doubt, so anywho, man, Anthony Joshua is the worst promoter. Eddie Hearn is the worst promoter in modern day boxing. It's a fact. He can't even convince Amir Khan. Think about this. He can't even convince Amir Khan to fight Kell Brook. Think about that. He can't even convince them. How stupid is that? 2 homegrown talent, the only fight where they can make $7 to $10 million. They can't even get that fight off the ground. Go figure. Go figure. He's gonna have. I'm not gonna tell him how he can be successful because they've taken my advice before. So I'm not gonna tell him. I know how they can dig themselves out of this hole without fighting Deontay Wilder. But I want them to fight Deontay Wilder, so I'm not gonna tell him. So anyways, man, barbershop conversation, man. I appreciate you guys. And I'm watching SportsCenter right now, as many of you guys did already tonight, or watching it right now with me. Pancakes or waffles? Which do you prefer, pancakes or waffles? I'm just curious. Put it in the comment section. I'm real curious, man. Some of you guys not gonna make it to the end of this video, and I understand. You guys annoyed by me, and pancakes or waffles? I'm real interested. Scrambled eggs or omelet? Scrambled eggs with cheese or omelet? You decide. I don't eat eggs anymore, so I don't know. But anyways, man, barbershop conversation, man. I truly appreciate y'all. Eddie Hearn, man, you're horrible. I mean, your business acumen is just pathetic. It is honestly, I can honestly say it is well below average. Well below average, because he doesn't even have the discipline to do his homework before he starts a business. You know how I can tell he doesn't have his homework? One simple example how I know he doesn't do his homework before he starts a business. He just goes and learns on the job. He called Chi-Town She-Town. Remember that Southwest commercial? What up, Detroit? And he wasn't in Detroit. Want to get away? Barbershop. UK people didn't get that joke. But barbershop conversations, man. Feel free to subscribe, but join the Patreon. All right. Do yourself a favor and join the Patreon. I'll holla. Peace.